Strange sat in the conductor's cabin, watching the years fly past. He could jump off any time, start a new life, anywhere. What was waiting for him in his own time? Gray hair and a dead wife? Victim of a tragic but pretty justifiable karate incident? Suddenly, a plan-shaped object caught his eye. He unfurled the plans to reveal blueprints. Blueprints for Magnus von Magma's microwave oven.
So the microwave oven was Vincent's all along.
Strange was now faced with a choice. He could destroy these plans right now, and Magnus von Magma would never have had the chance to use them. But if he did that, Magnus might create a new, worse weapon. One Strange wouldn't be able to stop. He might not even meet Claudette. They weren't together for very long. Something about a freak karate accident, not important. But Strange still considered those the happiest days of his life. Everything had to stay the same, or he might not be the person he was. The good, the bad, and especially the strange. It was all a part of him. Above all things, Strange loved himself most. He couldn't risk losing that. A speedometer and a lever sat in front of him. He gripped the lever, mentally cataloging that phrase for later, and slowed the train down to a crawl. Gathering up the plans, he stood on the edge of the train, watching. He saw a dictator. He saw armies preparing for war. He saw his mother getting plowed by a black guy and that other guy. Was that Uncle Steve? He saw a scientist and witnessed a younger version of himself confront that mad scientist for the first time atop a volcano. He watched that scientist retreat in flames to plot his revenge on the world. He saw a woman, one he knew all too well, taking orders from this mad scientist. Strange let the plans fall from his hand slowly, and they floated down softly, seeping through time to seat themselves in front of the woman. She looked shocked for a moment, looking up at Strange. He could have sworn she really saw him, but before he could say or do anything, she was gone. He saw himself, back in America. He watched everything that had happened to him, right up until he karate chopped Claudette off the pier and traveled back in time without her. He closed his eyes and jumped off the train, ready for whatever came next. Stay tuned for this next episode.
Not happening again. This is it.
Fuck this. God damn it.
This took so fucking long.